This is ABC-7 with breaking news.
Do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And under cause number 2023.
That was El Paso Walmart shooter Patrick Crusius pleading guilty in court today. We brought you the plea hearing live on air and the KVIA News app at 10 o'clock this morning. The victims and their families will give statements at 1 p.m. today, and those will continue for the next few days. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here on ABC-7 at noon. I'm Hillary Florin.
And I'm Rosemary Montañez. It's been almost 6 years since the mass shooting at the Cielo Vista Walmart on August 3rd, 2019.
Yeah, and many people are just hoping that today and this week will provide that closure on the tragedy that so shook the city. In about an hour, again, those victims and the victims' families are going to give those impactful statements right in front of Crusius. Family members of the victims were, of course, present inside the courtroom today, witnessing that guilty plea you just saw.
And ABC-7's Heriberto Perez was also at that plea hearing. He joins us now live from the El Paso County Courthouse with those details. Heriberto, what can you tell us about what happened today?
Good afternoon, Hillary, Rosemary. As you said, we're here inside of the El Paso County Courthouse where Walmart shooter Patrick Crusius appeared this morning wearing an orange and white jumpsuit, handcuffed and shackled. And towards the end of his hearing, Hillary, Rosemary, what I can tell you is that Judge Sam Medrano addressed Crusius and he said this.
Now, as you begin the rest of your life locked away, remember this: your mission failed. You did not divide this city, you strengthened it. You did not silence its voice, you made it louder. You did not instill fear, you inspired unity. El Paso rose, stronger and braver. The community you tried to break has become a symbol of resilience, of love overcoming hate, of humanity enduring in the face of evil.
And guys, during the hearing, some family members of the victims were in tears. Others just sat silent watching Crusius. And now that Crusius pleaded guilty, this means there will be no trial and he will serve life in prison without parole. On one count of capital murder of multiple persons and 22 life sentences on aggravated assault, which will run concurrent. Crusius's lawyer, Joe Spencer, and El Paso District Attorney James Montoya also spoke during the plea hearing. Take a listen.
This explanation of his severe mental illness and toxic political environment does not in any way justify or excuse the horrific violence that Patrick committed. He bears responsibility for the choices he made and the devastation that he caused. He pleaded guilty, and he will face the consequences for the remainder of his life in the harshest conditions of confinement.
There's much we can say about the defendant and the hatred that brought him to El Paso, and the ideology that he has espoused and that many people throughout this country have espoused against immigrants. But for now, I am committed to ensuring that this case remains focused on the victims, their families, and the survivors.
And guys, this is not over just yet. Victims and victims' families will give impact statements at the top of the hour at 1 p.m. And that's when they can say whatever they want in front of Patrick Crusius. Of course, we will bring you complete coverage on what happens during the impact statements on air and online at KVIA.com. Reporting live inside the Enrique Moreno County Courthouse, Heriberto Perez, ABC-7.
Heriberto, thank you for that live update.